Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here talking about some NFL news, go over some, obviously some news here, and also some injury updates before the game start here in about 25 minutes, or the main games for the 1 p.m., because nobody cares about the 9:30 game today. Per report, Giants coach Brian Daboll and GM Joe Schoen are under pressure to start fielding a, quote, respectable, consistently competitive team, or heat will turn inside the building via P. Leonard, NYDN. Leonard notes in the article, things are already, quote, uncomfortable in the organization. Quote, another 40-0 massacre against the Cowboys will turn up the heat inside a building where it's already getting uncomfortable, end quote. Year 2 of the rebuild, half the roster's not there. I mean, the rebuild's... last year they made the playoffs. This year isn't going as good, but if they have a good offseason and build an O-line and draft a QB, they might do that. They should be fine. But I don't think it will. Everyone knows they want to draft a quarterback, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if they should fire Daboll that soon. I think this is just speculating, not reporting. I don't think this is a report saying, or heat will turn inside the building. They just want to be competitive. But I'm not buying this. I think they have at least another year to prove themselves. They play half the season with a backup or third-string quarterback. They made the playoffs last year. I think they drafted QB they want in this upcoming draft, to be honest. But we'll see. So we have an update about Ja'Marr Chase, #Bengals. Wide receiver Ja'Marr Chase is expected to play against the #Texas today, per at Rap Sheet. He did his pregame workout. So it's a report yesterday. They were hopeful they was able to play, but he'll be able to play. He did pregame workout, so it looks like he's expected to play. So that's big. Now for the Bengals. So, per your report, the #49ers looked into trading for #Broncos cornerback Patrick Surtain, Commanders defensive end Montez Sweat, and Bears cornerback Jaylon Johnson prior to the trade deadline, per Adam Schefter. They ultimately landed on Chase Young instead, but only after the Commanders lowered their asking price for him, after some teams expressed medical concerns about him, per the report. The Commanders initially wanted a second and a fifth round pick for Young, but settled on a third-round pick instead. A different report following the trade shared that some Washington coaches viewed Young as a, quote, undisciplined player who developed bad habits via Mike Silver. And they got a pretty good deal to help on that defensive front. But they weren't going to get Patrick Surtain. To be honest, I don't think the Broncos were going to trade him. The Bears, they let Jaylon Johnson see a trade, but it would take a lot to get Jaylon Johnson. But the D-line's already stacked, to be honest. But the downside of Chase Young is kind of injury prone. He's not that good of a teammate, at least from reports, so yeah. Now, per report, the Jets were contacted by Carson Wentz's camp to see if they want to sign him after the 27-6 loss to the Chargers, per a Rap Sheet. Wentz has been on the Jets' shortlist of potential free agent quarterback since they lost Aaron Rodgers. The Jets declined to make him an offer, though. Instead, with Wilson, Wentz went on to sign with the #Rams. I mean, Wentz could be a solid backup. They should have went for it, honestly, because I think he can be better than Zach Wilson and what they have right now. But an update, #Falcons running back Bijan Robinson is expected to finally get more involved in the offense going forward, via Dan Rossini. From the report, Robinson is in line to see plenty of opportunities, I'm told, including in the red zone. One source shared, quote, we're confident we will see the best of him down the stretch. Coach Arthur Smith recently said his impact away from the ball can open things up. Hopefully this is actually true, because they barely use him in the red zone. They need to fire Arthur Smith, man. How do you have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Robinson, and find ways just not to use them? He's freaking playing chess while we're playing checkers. The coach after the game's going to be like, Oh, I don't care about Folks parlays when he barely uses them. He's prepping 17 tight end dive runs and fucking resort running back reverse plays. But hopefully they actually beat John Rods more touches, dude. So per your report, the hashtag Panthers tried to trade for hashtag Raiders wide receiver Devontae Adams and hashtag Bengals wide receiver Tegan before the trade deadline per at D Newton on D Newton ESPN. The Panthers are currently 1-8 after losing to the hashtag Bears 16-13 on Thursday Night Football. The team is in desperate need for wide receiver help, so it makes sense to look for some top talent. They need to get Young some help this offseason. You can't strike out in the offseason. But the Panthers offered a bag of chips and soda, probably. I mean, none of these two receivers want together, especially Tiggins. Why would you want to go from like a team that I think would be a Super Bowl contender to a team that's not even going to make the playoffs? So we have some more rumors about Bill Belichick. People around the NFL think that the hashtag Patriots will mutually part ways with Coach Bill Belichick at the end of the season via at DM Rossini. The hashtag Patriots are currently 2-7. From the report, if people I talked to had to bet their money on a mutual parting of the ways at the end of the season. Mutual parting of ways. I think Bill's being forced out, but he wants to go out probably, so he'll probably retire before he got fired. Honestly. So, update. The hashtag Panthers offense looks lifeless, boring, and predictable. Sources tell Dean Rossini. Owner David Tepper is frustrated by Carolina's offense and a lack of improvement. Ownership needs to see more progress on offense. There needs to be development and improvement. They trade away any pieces of the offense that will have helped Bryce succeed. You literally traded DJ Moore away. You trade McCaffrey, like, you could have kept all those pieces and then finally got your freaking quarterback. No. So, per report, the hashtag Giants aren't planning to bench starting QB Zach Wilson, barring a disaster, a source tells at Dan Rossini. Wilson has 5 INTs and 8 fumbles this season in 8 games. I mean, of course they aren't going to bench him. It's already a disaster. It's already a disaster with Zach Wilson. Despite being listed as questionable, Jamar Chase is officially active versus the Texans today. And with Texans cornerback Derek Stingley and Jamar Chase both active, we get to see an NFL battle of those two from that national championship LSU team. So, 49ers left tackle Trent Williams has been adamant with the team that he wants and intends to play today despite his sprained ankle and, quote, questionable injury designation. And even though he's not fully recovered, he will start today versus the Jaguars, giving the team an emotional boost. And Trent Williams, he's a dog, man. That dude's a dog. The 49ers get back Deebo Samuel as well versus the Jaguars. So it looks like they're going to get both of them back. Both expected to play. So 3 teams will be starting a different QB for third straight week. Tommy DeVito for the Giants, Kyler Murray in week 10, and Josh Dobbs in week 10 now. So many different quarterbacks getting started, man. So, KJ Osborne is out despite clearing the concussion protocol. Coach's decision based on player safety. So, he's out. Ravens running back Keaton Mitchell, who tweaked his hamstring earlier this week but was a full participant on Friday, is expected to play today. Source said Pro Bowl cornerback Marlon Humphrey hamstring is optimistic about playing but needs to clear a pregame warm-up first, and apparently he is a go after a solid workout. So, 2 Ravens players there are going to play today against Cleveland. About some more updates here. The hashtag Titans listed quarterback Ryan Tannehill as questionable after he was limited during his 2 practices this week. As Tannehill attempts to come back from an ankle sprain, he appears to be a long shot to be active. That would mean Malik Willis would back up Will Levis. Well, Will Levis is their quarterback, so I don't think it would matter for Tannehill's. Would be a long shot. Dallas wide receiver Devontae Turpin's shoulder did not practice at all this week and is listed as questionable. While it's unlikely he plays today, the team will evaluate him pregame to see. Now, they should honestly just rest him. They're playing the freaking Giants. Commanders wide receiver Curtis Samuel listed all week with a toe injury and questionable is expected to play today, source said. Vikings tight end T.J. Hawkinson listed as questionable with a rib injury is expected to play for the Vikings. So, yeah, that's all the injury updates from Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying for SBS. Until next time, Peace.